Good morning, Arvada State. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to merge records. Let me share my screen with you. So here we are. I'm on the opening page for Family Search, and you'll see on the right side are recommended tasks, and I have records that I can attach as hints. So we'll click on George Torrey. And oftentimes you'll find records that need to be merged in the research help section, and you'll see that George Torrey has 3 possible records that need to be merged. So the first thing I'm going to do is familiarize myself with George Torrey. I can see that he was born in 1831 and died in 1882, so he's 51 years old, died right before his birthday, right before his 51st birthday. I can see that he was born in Scotland and he died in England. I see that there are 5 sources. I'm going to click on these sources and look at them. So there is a marriage record, there's a census record for 61 and 71 and 81, and another entry for a marriage record. So I could open up each of these and review what the record says. Here we see that George Torrey married Susanna Sarah Greening. George Torrey's father is George Torrey, and Susanna's father is Joseph Greening. I'll scroll down and look at the census records. We'll see that he was in London in 1861. He was married. He was a confectioner, so he made candies. He was born in 1831 in Scotland. And he had one 2-year-old son, George Torrey. So I'll go through all of those census records, or all of the sources, and review what I know about George Torrey. And when I'm finished with that, then I'm armed with some information about him that maybe I could tell if these duplicates are really him or not. So we'll click on the first possible duplicate over in the research help. We'll click on the first possible. Review merge. There we go. When my merge comes up, I have in pink over here the possible duplicates, and it's telling me that this person right here is going to disappear if I merge them, and become the information from this person will be transferred over to here. Now, if I didn't want to do it that way, I could switch them and switch positions, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep my George Torrey as the surviving person, and I just can compare them line to line. So we see George Torrey spelled with 1 R versus 2 R's. That's not a big deal. Spelling was not a big deal during his lifetime, so I'm not going to be concerned about that. I see that he was born the 27th of January 1831. Same there. I see that he was christened the 12th of February 1831 in Elgin, Moray, Scotland. Well, exactly the same there. And no death information on this side. So this looks like it's the same man. No extra other information. On this side, it has his parents, George Torrey and Jane Sharp. I did look at his father in the marriage record, and his father was George Torrey. And he has a child, George Torrey, born in 1831. Well, on this side, his parents are not listed, but his wife, Susanna Sarah Greening, is in there. And he does have a child, George Torrey. Now, it's interesting that this George Torrey was born in 1859, and that one in 1831. Let me go back up and see what's going on here. oh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. This George Torrey is the George Torrey we're talking about, and that's who his parents are, and he was born in 1831. Okay, I'm scrolling down to see what other information there is. This record has one source. It is a baptism record, and I can click on it and go out and look at it to see what I think, if it's looks like it's my same guy or not. And I could have looked at all of the sources for my original George Torrey at this way as well. So christened 12th of February 1831, Elgin, Moray, Scotland. It matches. Okay, matches with my first guy. So I think this is the same guy. So are these people a possible match? Yes. I'm going to continue. And now I have the opportunity to send information from the merge to my the resulting person, the person that stays the same. Well, if I decided the spelling was better with one R, I could send it over. I'm not going to mess with that. This birth information is not more complete than the other. I'm not going to mess with that. This birth information is not more complete. And the fact that February is in caps and it's just an abbreviation, I don't want that, because on this other side, February is spelled out, and that's the way Family Search wants it. The death information doesn't add anything. I'll keep going down. Now the parents are brought over, and you can see that this George Torrey's number is 977P44W, where my original George Torrey's parents' number, father, was M9VWTTH. So you can tell I'm putting duplicates in. Now there's going to be two sets of parents. And Jean Torrey is not as good of an information as Jane Sharp. So that would be something for me to look at too. So even though I know I'm adding duplicate information, it's important to add this information over so that these two sets of parents will be together on the record, and I will be able to merge them. And this is what happens when you're merging. A lot of times it opens up more merging opportunities, and we want to merge them. We wanted everyone to be in the tree just one time. So I'm leaving this in here. I could send it over, undo, but I don't want to. I'm leaving it in. And then you'll see that the source for the baptism is also coming over. So I'll say continue. And I need to put a reason in for my merge. And this is new. It gives me suggested reasons. So all vital information relationships match. And I like that the vital information did match. So I'm just going to add that and finish my merge. There you have it. So when I go back to my original George Torrey and I look at my research help, I still have two possible duplicates to work through. And I told you that we added his parents. So here's the first George Torrey and Jane Sharp, and then George Torrey and Jean Torrey. So you can see that they are connected to George Torrey, both sets of parents, and then I can work through them. I would copy this ID, I'd go to this George Torrey, and then I'll just show you. I'm going to George Torrey again. So this is the father, and that's telling me possible duplicates, and that, there it is right there. That's the ID I just copied. If it didn't show up, and I still had a possible duplicate, I could come down here and say merge by ID, copy and paste my ID in, and then work through the process again for the father, George Torrey, and keep working through each family member until I have them merged and there's only one person in the tree. Now, maybe I look at this and say, no, this is not a match. So I could click on not a match, and I explain why I think it's not a match. And then the next person that comes along and says, hey, I think this is a match, they'll get a message that says somebody else said it's not a match because of this reason. So be explicit in your reasons and save someone else the trouble of going through this if you're sure that it's not a match. Or you can just say, I really don't know. I don't want to merge this because I just can't tell. And then somebody else will come through that maybe knows more about that line and will be able to merge it. So our goal is to clean up the tree and to have one person in the tree, to have each person in the tree just one time. To work through those merges, and the principles are to just research the two individuals, look at them, look at their sources, and make a decision whether you think you should merge them or not. If you make the wrong decision, it's okay, we can undo the merge. So be cautious, but don't let that inhibit you. Thank you, and have a good day.